What's with the nunchucks?
What? We just saw a martial arts movie.
More of a fantasy martial arts movie.
Fantasy martial arts? That wasn't part of the deal, Marvel. Fuck this.
My head!
You lied to me about this movie.
I did?
Yes.
What?
I was promised kung fu fighting, not magic kung fu fighting. There's a fucking difference.
There's both.
I didn't want both. I only wanted one.
So narrow-minded.
Can I say?
Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. Where just interrupting me.
Yeah.
Where we just saw the latest and greatest Marvel movie.
Greatest.
It was pretty good. Hopefully I don't say the name wrong because I keep getting confused on how you're actually supposed to say it. So, Shang-Chi.
That's probably right.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think it is.
Because we were calling it Shang-Chi for...
To be fair, everyone was.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But it is Shang-Chi.
I feel like they didn't correct us until like a month ago.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, it's that? But I've been saying Shang-Chi for like years.
Definitely. But anyway, I'm Chris, and that's Bill, and yeah, we're talking about Shang-Chi.
And the Legend of the Ten Rings.
And the Legend of the Ten Rings.
It's got a subtitle, can't forget the subtitle.
That's right. So Bill, what did you think of the latest Marvel movie introducing a brand new character to the massive MCU?
Well, my personal bias against magical kung fu aside, it's pretty good.
What do you have a bias against magical kung fu for?
I don't know, I just do.
Really?
I can't explain it. Like in that beginning scene where we had like the flashback with Shang-Chi, I'm gonna keep making that mistake.
Yep.
With Shang-Chi's parents meeting for the first time, I was like, with the weird magical kung fu fight, with the whirling dust and the wind airbending bullshit. But I perked up when he was just punching dudes on a bus.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I like that opening scene. It was very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type of thing.
I guess.
I mean, it kind of was that. I mean, they're in a bamboo forest, you know. There's.
I've never seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, so I couldn't say.
You should. It's a cool movie.
Isn't it made by the guy that made that very boring Hulk movie, though?
Oh, was it made by Ang Lee?
I think it was.
Wow, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just remember seeing that movie in theaters, and it was the first movie that I was just like, wait, why are there subtitles? And honestly, for a second there, I was just like, holy crap, is this movie all in Chinese? But then, no, it was only mostly in Chinese. Well, 50-50. It was fine. Yeah, so, besides for your kung fu magical bias mumbo jumbo thing, what did you think of the movie?
Overall, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. Marvel done it again.
Don't you fucking start with that.
I'm not starting with anything.
For details, see our Black Widow review.
Yeah.
God. Okay, so this is the first time in a while that we've gotten like a weird left of center Marvel character. Pretty obscure, honestly.
Yeah, very obscure. In fact...
Probably the most obscure since they did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever even heard of Shang-Chi before they made this movie.
I did, but that's only because I just heard him brought up in conversations regarding like Iron Fist. And that his name popped up in like the early days as like a character that was like when Marvel was like betting on themselves to make their own film studio. Among the characters that they'd kind of like put up to potentially lose forever, Shang-Chi was one of them.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which I think they just kind of stuck him in there as like a trick. Because he was worthless at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, because his comics are Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. I'm guessing he's probably a character that came out sometime in the 70s.
I would say so. During that like kung fu boom started
Yeah.
largely because of Bruce Lee. He's definitely one of those characters that exists because of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
From what I understand, his comic book backstory is a little pretty different. His father is a supervillain, but it's a supervillain that Marvel doesn't even own.
Yeah, he's from another story that Marvel kind of had the rights to
Yeah,
for a
because
while.
Marvel used to license a lot more characters, like your Transformers, your Godzilla, your G.I. Joe, your Conan the Barbarian, which they're doing that again, but they also licensed Fu Manchu, a super offensive character by today's standards.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, kind of a problematic character now.
I mean, the reason why it's known as the Fu Manchu is, I think, because of him.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But
And obviously, Marvel doesn't own that character anymore, and they still want to give him a supervillain dad. So, hey, remember that villain, the Mandarin, who I guess he's not the Mandarin. He's just some other guy.
Do we even know his name?
They said it once, and I don't remember it.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Ten Rings. He even makes a joke of, like, they called me the Mandarin. That's like an orange or chicken dish or something.
Yes. But isn't that, like, also the name of the language?
Yes.
So that just kind of confused me.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Chinese culture, so I'm not going to dwell on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty, like, interesting. It's one of those things that, like, if you study about it, it's like, wow, like, they were around when the Romans were around, and, like, they were both, like, aware of each other, of, like, hey, there's this, like, empire to the west, and then there's, like, this other empire to the east, but they, like, barely had any contact except through, like, I guess, like, trading over vast distances. And
I mean, in the ancient world, it's pretty far when you don't have cars or planes or trains or boats. But yeah, so Shang-Chi's backstory is he's the kid of the I'm just gonna call him the Mandarin.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to call him.
Leader of Ten Rings.
Yeah, that's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Him and his sister he was raised as a warrior. His sister was kind of shoved in a closet, basically.
Yeah.
So you stay over there.
You look too much like your mom that died.
Also, because I'm like 10,000 years old, I'm super anti-women doing things, I guess. But not in an overtly way, just in a subtle way.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
I mean, think about it. In the, just spoilers. Nothing but spoilers. Compare during the movie when we see the Ten Rings organization, it just seems to be all dudes. And compared to the post-credits Ten Rings where it's both. We got dudes and chicks all training to commit various crimes of supervillainy.
Yeah, pretty much. Brief synopsis, I guess.
Shang-Chi is hiding as a dude named Sean who's just a layabout bum in San Francisco where he's just working as a valet with his friend from high school.
Yeah, his friend Katie, who's pretty cool. And then they're kind of just like, I don't know, I'm not sure how to describe this, but it's a very relatable situation. They're like in their, I guess mid-20s, but not really like working towards any type of goal at the moment. They're sort of just doing their thing. And it's just like, yeah, okay, I can relate to that.
But then suddenly, a guy with a sword hand shows up.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's kind of what happened. Get that crazy fight on the bus. And just like Shang-Chi's like, oh yeah, I know a lot of Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's funny because that really like starts, like the movie starts off and you're like, oh, this is fun. And then that thing happens and you're like, oh my God, I think this movie might be awesome. Because that bus fight is really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I get it, but like it's like weird internet culture guy on the bus, like live streaming. It's just like, yeah, I get it, but
Is it bad that I wanted him to get stabbed by the sword hand guy?
Man. Then as he dies, he's like, don't forget to follow.
Click that like button.
Yeah.
God, because the fact that he was also like, "Hey, it's your boy," I'm like, "Oh no, oh no."
Yeah. That happens. But pretty awesome
I
fight.
mean, he did have at least one pretty funny joke when the big dude with the sword hand first shows up. He doesn't have the sword hand retracted. He's just like, "You got this, Shang-Chi guy." And then the sword comes out. He's like, "Never mind. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up."
Yeah. He said something that like made me like, I hate to use the internet word, but cringe.
And the internet didn't invent the word cringe.
I know.
They just overuse it.
But when he says like, I took martial arts as a kid, so I'm gonna critique these fights, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've met people like you before.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to see him get hit.
Yeah. But moving on, we can't talk about annoying internet guy all night.
Just wish sometimes movies would do what they used to do and have annoying people get maimed.
Just kill them.
Or just punch them.
Yeah.
You could be played for laughs. Like, you just bonks him on the head. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's over the top Three Stooges style. You do that shit all the time, Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot. You're more about incest these days. I haven't forgotten! Not letting it go.
Wow.
Every Marvel thing forever.
Such murderous intent.
But the whole thing is about Shang-Chi's father wanting the jewels from him and his sister?
Yeah, because the jewels were given to him by his mom, who died, his mom was from this...
Secret Magic Village?
Yeah, Secret Magic Village that unfortunately I cannot remember the name of, even though it was a pretty simple name.
Yeah, well...
Started with a T.
Sure.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. We just saw this movie. It's
very late.
It really is.
We're recording this kind of late.
It's not that late.
It's almost tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it is almost tomorrow. So, yeah, and because he thinks that his dead wife is actually trapped over there and being held from him because he keeps hearing her call to him. He's like, I must save her.
Yeah. And, like, we're all over the place, but the father, played by, I think the actor's name is Tony Leung, or Liu. Well, he's kind of like a famous Chinese actor.
I don't know the names of anybody in this movie.
Oh, well, I know quite a few.
Except Benedict Wong.
Yeah. Who's always great. But
shows up fighting the Abomination for some reason because he's a secret cage fighter who I think is fixing his fights with the Abomination.
Yeah. Also, the Abomination looks more like comic book Abomination now.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. But anyway, so Shang-Chi's father, at first, like, you think, like, okay, like, maybe he's like a really, like, nasty guy, but then as the movie goes on, it's just like, oh, he was bad for a long time, for like 1,000 years, but then he met Shang-Chi's mom, and then he became good for a while.
Yeah, a decent amount of time, because he seems like he disbanded his organization.
Yeah.
He stopped doing the Ten Rings stuff, and that's when, what's his name? Guy Pearce from Iron Man 3 stepped in and tainted the name Ten Rings.
Yes. And,
they actually they bring it up.
It was a huge callback, but yeah, you see a flashback where he's like actually like, pretty good dad and everything, but
he took his rings off because I guess so long as he wears the rings, he's immortal.
Yeah, I guess so. He starts aging without the rings.
Yeah, because we see him like he looks a little younger, but then when we see him, he's a little older.
Yeah.
Looking, it's because he took the rings off until his wife is killed by his enemies.
Yeah.
Because he's probably made a lot.
Yeah, so his enemies attack. His wife kind of goes out like a badass, like fights like a shit ton of people, and I guess eventually is killed by one.
She's overwhelmed at the very least.
Yeah. And then he puts his rings back on, and he's like, all right, time to be evil again. And yeah, pretty much trains his son as an assassin, tells his son to go on a mission to kill somebody. His son ends up doing the mission, and then
runs and hides.
Yeah, runs and hides, ends up living in San Francisco, meets Kate, and that's kind of how the movie begins, I guess.
Literally went back to the beginning somehow.
Yeah.
He's basically duped by his father into finding his sister, who's running an underground fight club where the aforementioned Wong and Abomination cameo happen.
Yeah.
We even catch a glimpse of someone who appears to have extremist powers.
Oh, yeah. That is interesting. And also, don't know for sure, but, like, I thought I saw a Black Widow in one of those cages fighting somebody.
Like a Black Widow?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, because...
Marvel's always sticking stuff
Yeah,
places.
there's like a bunch of them now.
Yeah, there's like 40.
Yeah.
There's like 45 Black Widows. I could see one of them just being a cage fighter.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think one of the things about this movie is Shang-Chi and Katie are kind of like the best characters in the movie. They're like super hilarious together. The girl that plays Katie is that actress Awkwafina, who I've seen in the Jumanji movie. And she's super fun in this movie. Like, kind of like the normal person reacting normally to stuff.
Sometimes, especially in a movie like this, you kind of need that.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of need... You always have that character that, okay, we need to explain some stuff. These characters, they know what's going on, but we need to let the audience know, so maybe sometimes we have to have an audience surrogate. And that's her role in the story, basically.
Yeah.
She doesn't... Thankfully, she's not... They don't play her too hard.
No.
She's just the right amount, fades to the background when needed.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of Louise from Ant-Man. Kind of, her character.
I feel like he was more active. Maybe that's just the second one.
Yeah. But, like, you know, their whole... When they're with, I guess, like, they're sort of like a couple, but, like, not really until, like, the end, but...
I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah.
It just seems to be friendship, but... It's like...
Maybe more, because, like, the grandma says, like, when you can marry my granddaughter.
Grandma's like, I mean, look at her, look at you. Why don't you guys do something?
Yeah.
Make me a great grandma.
There we go. But, yeah. They have, like, an interesting dynamic with, like, their friend and, I guess, her husband or whatever, that they're, like...
They said husband.
Yeah. Where they're telling, like, stories to them and stuff, and towards the end of the movie, it's, like, kind of like, this is crazy.
We fought a giant monster!
Yeah.
Yeah, as the movie progresses, it does get way more fantastical.
Yeah, it really does. I liked it, though.
We go from fight on the side of a building, like, just kind of pure martial arts, to just, I'm riding a dragon.
Yeah, there is some escalation, for sure. You know, very, very kind of... I don't know how to describe this in a way that doesn't sound lame, but, like, Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe with, like, secret magic world type of stuff. There were lions, too.
Okay.
But, you know, you don't know anything about Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, do you?
I know enough.
Okay.
They walk through a door in a closet thing or whatever, and they're in a freaking fantasy land.
Yeah. This is kind of what happens.
I had to read part of one of those books in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
It was like the third book, so I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Wow, really? That's weird.
Yeah, it was the Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Whoa.
I know. That's like, what, the third one or something?
I don't know. I've only read The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that's kind of it.
We used to have, for some reason, my family had a box set with all the books in it, but I never read them.
You're like, what is this?
Fantasy? Bullcrap.
Yeah, normally...
Shenanigans.
I don't really like fantasy that often, but maybe it's just like fantasy when it's just like orcs and goblins and elves and stuff, and I'm like, ugh!
I literally had to be, like, coerced for, like, 3 or 4 years to even watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But this, I was like, this is cool, because it's, like, kind of interesting fantasy that we're not really exposed to, because it's like, hey, this is, like, the Eastern take on, like, fantasy worlds.
Yeah, but let's face it, the only reason why we saw it is because they had a Marvel Studios logo slapped on it.
That's true, but... Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Let's face it. You're not seeing any other movies like this.
Let's face it, though. If this movie was like, hey, it's a martial arts movie, we might have been like, oh, it's like Mortal Kombat a little bit. Okay, that guy looks like Liu Kang. That's cool.
Another character that was inspired by Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But there's a point in the movie where Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi's sister, whose name I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember it too, and I don't want to try to say it just because I think I would say it really wrong.
Just don't even bother.
Yeah.
They're captured by their dad, and they're kind of just thrown in a dungeon. And Shang-Chi and Katie hear a noise, and I immediately was like, "Oh my God, they're doing it!"
Yeah.
It's Trevor. He's back.
I couldn't believe it. I had a feeling they were gonna do something with the Trevor thing. I mean, they acknowledged the Trevor thing kind of early on in the movie, and then we see him, and he is in quite a bit of the movie, which is kind of amazing.
I know. I was shocked. I thought if he was gonna show up, he'd do a cameo or something. But he's been spending the last, I guess, I don't know,
8 years.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
If this is post Endgame, so we're talking it's supposed to be what, 2023 technically?
Oh yeah, I guess
so
if he didn't get snapped,
depending on when that All Hail the King short, in which it was a mockumentary, but I don't know why it was in that style, because the mockumentary director was actually a secret Ten Rings henchman.
Yeah.
Who it captured Trevor because the real Mander was pissed, and he needed someone to take his wrath upon.
Yeah.
Because what's his name was dead.
Right.
And
just killing him.
And Trevor, I guess, just went straight into being a goofball, and is just, I guess he's the court jester.
Yeah.
It's this guy amuses me. I'll keep him around.
Also, he has a magical creature named Morris. It's a weird, furry, faceless, winged thing.
I don't even know what the hell that was.
Yeah. And he helps them get into the secret world.
Indeed. And it's kind of a neat sequence with the forest maze that they're trying to gotta left, right, left, right. Oh God.
Yeah.
It's something you do in a video game where you're
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's this character that, let's face it, during Iron Man 3, a lot of people hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's back, and I was like, this is amazing.
I still can't believe how much of the movie he was in.
Yeah.
He's there for the rest of it.
Yeah. Even has a quick thing in the final battle where he's pretending to be dead, and he tells this little creature named Morris to pretend to be dead. He's like, I'm acting. He has this hilarious monologue about the Planet of the Apes and how they taught those monkeys how to act, and how those monkeys riding horses were just acting like they were riding horses.
It's
not realizing they're not monkeys.
They try to explain it to him, but it goes completely over his head. I guess even before all the drugs, he was always an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. Pretty amazing.
I mean, that's the one thing with the Marvel movies. It's anytime you think you'll never see a character again, they show up.
Yeah.
Not even out of nowhere, because it made sense.
It definitely did. It was one of those things that it's 10 rings. They're going back to this.
We're not done with this. Iron Man's dead, but his villains that he created are alive.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't create this one.
No.
You got off this time, Tony.
He's been around for a while.
But the newest villain you've created, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
He broke reality with Doctor Strange, I think.
We'll know eventually.
Yeah, whenever that may be.
Yeah. But what did you think of the way the Ten Rings worked in this?
They were kind of generic.
Really? I thought they were kind of cool.
I mean, they were cool, but it was just yeah, and they're flinging around, I'm using them to punch, and I use them as a whip. They spin around me. I'm like, all right, I've seen this before.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting.
I know in the comics there are actually rings that go on his fingers, and each one has a different ability.
Yeah, they're like Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
I
understand why they went away from that, because it's too much of the same thing. Because it would literally be another guy with a shiny hand, but this time he's got two shiny hands.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought they were kind of interesting the way.
I mean, I didn't mind them.
Yeah. I thought it was cooler when, Shang-Chi and...
Shang.
I know, it's Shang. I got messed up. Shang. Shang and his dad fight, and his dad has the rings at first, and then Shang is able to use...
5 of them?
Yeah, it was interesting because he learned kind of like this other type of martial art from his aunt in, the magic world, which they don't really go into too much detail about it.
Yeah, I was kind of like, so does he have like chi powers or ki powers, whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah.
Because I think he has that in the comics.
Yeah, because I think in the comics he could shoot a fireball.
Huh. Well, I guess he'll use the 10 rings to do that.
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I feel like...
I guess if he just shot a fireball straight up, people would be like, why is he ripping off Liu Kang?
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of fantasy characters shoot fireballs.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe they were just like, oh, we're about to bring in the Human Torch in a couple years. We can't have too many people flinging fireballs. Everyone's got to be different.
That's true.
Except for the multiple people with bow and arrows, the multiple people wearing Iron Man suits, the multiple big green people.
And all the Spider-Man.
And the Loki that made out with the other Loki. Not letting it go.
Now and forever. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the ring powers, though, the father kind of used them more generically. But
yeah.
I think when Shang had them, he kind of did some more interesting things with them. Like, there was a part where...
Makes sense. The dad's all brute force. He had more finesse.
Yeah. Because there's a part where they have to fight, like, soul-sucking monsters from another dimension because Marvel.
Gotta have that big fight in the sky.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, in some ways, it's almost like the movie would be maybe a little more interesting if it just, like, ended with, like, him and his dad fighting, and then, like, his dad kind of realizing, oh, shit, I've gone crazy.
But I guess he did realize that, but we also have to have a giant kaiju fight.
Yeah, but these monsters show up from another dimension. But, yeah, Shang uses, like, the rings to kind of jump around in the air, which is really cool.
I mean, if you told me this movie that started with a guy punching some dudes on a bus was going to end with 2 dragons fighting in the sky, I'd be like, what? That's a bit much.
Yeah.
For your first martial arts type movie?
It really goes hard on the martial arts fantasy genre.
It really does.
Which does have a name, but I don't want to say it because I'll probably say it wrong.
It's just martial arts fantasy.
Yeah.
We speak English, we can use English words, it's fine.
I know,
it's
but
fine.
like I would like to be able to say what the thing is just because, I don't know, makes you look more professional.
But you're not professional.
I know I'm not professional.
I mean, remember the time we tried to make a martial arts movie?
Now I do.
Yeah, it was...
Here's the footage!
Oh no, that clip already played. Yeah, that was rough. Not as rough as that one.
Yeah, it was rougher for more people than others.
Yeah, well, you punched me in the face.
That's because you started fighting me for real.
I was acting.
I was acting like I was fighting you.
I didn't mean to kick you in the balls at the same time you punched me in the face.
That's what happened, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
See, this is why you need good fight choreographers, and they had some pretty solid fight choreographers. I think one of them passed away, unfortunately.
That stinks.
Or like stunt coordinator or someone involved with this movie passed away.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
And it was, you said, and I think I read it was like people that were part of Jackie Chan's crew kind of did some of the fight choreography in this movie.
That's what I've heard, yes.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit with like the fight on the scaffold.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely felt like Jackie Chan type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I mean, not gonna lie, I had a flashback to Rush Hour 2 when Katie was climbing the thing and was like, "Oh hell no!" I just pictured like the Chris Tucker being like getting ready to climb the thing and a guy falling on and like, "Nope."
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I thought this movie was really good. Honestly, maybe the best Marvel movie of the year for sure.
I mean, it's either this or the kind of generic Black Widow. And after this, maybe we get Eternals and Spider-Man. And it's not part of the MCU, but, Venom. But we don't know if these movies will even come out this year. Things keep getting pushed and shuffled around. Who the hell knows? I hope they don't. I want to see movies. Yeah. I like seeing movies. I had a big bucket of popcorn. I was eating it. I enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess we'll talk about like the bigger ramifications to the Marvel universe.
Yeah, we should talk about post-credit scenes. Post-credit scene time. We'll quick mention of the second one. Shang-Chi's sister is taking over the Ten Rings. She apparently told him that she was dismantling it. She's not.
Yeah.
Which I kind of saw coming.
Which is cool. And we even get the Ten Rings will return, which is like, that's neat because it's like something that kind of has been in the MCU since the beginning.
Yeah.
That we haven't got really any development of until now.
Yeah, they were kind of, after Iron Man 3, they kind of like hinted that they were still around. There's a Ten Rings agent in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But then we have the second big credit scene when they're back in the bar talking to their friends, telling them the crazy story, and they're like, we don't fucking believe you. You fucking liar. Why are you trying to be like, make fun of us? And then magic portal opens up and Wong comes out and he's like, hey, I gotta talk to you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm looking for Shang-Chi, and then like, it's just like, present. It's like, you two, come with me.
And then we had an extra cameo of Bruce Banner in his human form.
Yeah.
And everybody's favorite Avenger, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. You get Carol Danvers, and they're talking about the rings and how they're like, we don't know what the heck these things are.
And they're a hell of a lot older than like however old his dad was.
Yeah. Also, I guess when Shang used them, they kind of turned gold. So maybe he like activated their like hidden powers or something.
And they seemingly emitted a signal to someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, great. Is there like yet another threat out there? Because we got the Kang the Conqueror threat. We got evil Elaine Bennis recruiting Dark Avengers. Now we got something else maybe?
Yeah, and this is one of those things where...
Do you think it's Mephisto?
Oh my god. Played by Keanu Reeves?
Nah, he's too nice. But then again, that should be the idea, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that could actually work.
You heard it here first. Keanu Reeves is Mephisto confirmed.
Sure. Or maybe it's something dumb like the Beyonder. Oh, not dumb. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about the cosmic side of Marvel shit. Maybe it could tie into the weird deviant shit in Eternals.
Maybe. Because, like, the only thing I can think of, but, like, it has nothing to do with it, is, like, it's Galactus. No, wait. That would be Fantastic Four. Or...
Yeah, we don't... Silver Surfer summons Galactus to Earth, not the Ten Rings.
I know. I'm like, it's Fing Fang Foom. You could just turn him into, like, this crazy...
It's...
thing.
I don't know. All the cosmic stuff I know has already been done.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't think of anything. I got nothing.
You
know what? Fuck it. It's Darkseid.
It's Darkseid.
he went through the wrong boom tube, and now he's in the Marvel universe.
There we go.
There you go. Snyder Cut fans. He's coming here.
Yeah. I don't know any other big Marvel cosmic bad guys except for...
I mean, they already did Thanos.
Yeah. Is there like an evil Celestial out there?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Who's that weird looking dude we saw the Eternals trailer?
The guy that like had like a traffic light for his head.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, maybe it's him.
Yeah, maybe.
Traffic light man.
Yes. Is there an evil Watcher?
I want to say probably. Actually, I think like definitely.
I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Like, the monitors in DC, they had the anti-monitor.
Yeah.
So there must be like a Unwatcher.
Yeah, he doesn't watch anything.
He's like, nope, I ain't looking. Nope. Can't make me look. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I could think of is just like, what's that negative zone bug guy from Fantastic Four? Is he a big threat?
Probably not. But then again, they can make something out of nothing. Marvel's done that before.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Kevin Feige knows.
Yeah, they gotta give you the hooks so you keep going to watch their bullshit movies.
Unless enough of his cast members get alienated by Disney and Kevin Feige takes his secret book of notes and plans home with him and they're like left up a creek without a paddle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take the classic line. It's Kevin Feige takes his notebook of secret plans to the distinguished competition.
I guess he could, but I don't know how good a notebook full of Marvel characters' ideas would be unless he scribbles out like names and just starts writing DC
crossing
stuff.
out stuff like
It's like crosses out Eternals, writes new gods.
like everything's the same.
It's like Spider-Man, The Flash.
Yeah. It's just like
Fantastic Four, Doom Patrol.
yeah.
Let's see, Guardians of the Galaxy. No.
Just Batman.
Half of them, let's face it, half of it would just end up being various versions of Batman.
Yeah, it's just Batman.
Lots of Batmans. 2 Batman movies coming out next year.
Yeah.
The Batman and that one
An assistant living Batman.
called I believe that one's called The Flash,
I know.
starring Batman and featuring Batman.
An assistant living Batman.
I already said him.
Yep. Well,
You keep making your joke wrong.
yep.
I'm just saying, your joke is assisted living Batman. You keep saying assistant living Batman.
Oh,
Nobody gets your joke because you fucked it up.
damn it.
You've been fucking it up since the first time you made it.
Damn it. It's assisted living Batman, not assistant living Batman.
Yes.
Damn it. We shouldn't record these late at night.
Some of those weren't recorded late at night.
Shut up, Bill. Nobody needs to know how dumb I am.
They just saw the footage of us being idiots trying to do martial arts.
I gotta watch that footage. I haven't seen it in years.
Well, you never saw it. You only lived it.
That's true.
I was so ashamed of that project, I refused to finish it.
Never saw the light of day.
Yeah, and it's not going to change. I won't finish it.
Well, okay then.
Same Marvel time, same Marvel channel. I don't fucking know how to end this.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm not forgetting it, Marvel. You're sick.